Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skyazrael.com for life coaching and mentoring. I like talking to young guys to spit game and to lace young men up on some knowledge that maybe I have. I've wondered many times in my life, what am I good for? One thing I'm good for is spitting game. I have a lot of experience. I've been around. By the time I was 16, I had already done more than a lot of 32-year-olds. I can give some of that back. As I've gotten wiser, I've realized that I missed a lot. I wish I had a mentor when I was a young man to tell me how shit is, to tell me what I need to do in order to set myself up for success. Not just in the future, not just as a destination point like I'm going to win the lottery, but how to be one of these really successful people that no matter what happens, no matter where I go, no matter what industry I'm in, I can make something of it. I can be a winner. So I have 6 things. As I was pausing there, I was thinking about maybe going off into a tangent to try to talk about winners and losers, but that's going to have to be another video. A lot of motherfuckers make things black and white, and they think that the world is full of winners and losers, and it's not. It's a bunch of gray areas. You don't even know what a winner is. You don't know what a winner is. A winner is somebody who's lost 1,000 times. He's lost more times than you've ever fucking even tried. That's why I get really angry when motherfuckers try to say, oh, you got where you are by some kind of luck. You want to see the scars I had to go through to get here? You don't know what a winner is. But I want to talk about 6 ways that you can become the most powerful version of yourself. I've talked about some of these ideas before in past videos, but we're going to put it together into this package and talk about it in this context. The first thing is learn how to listen. That's hard. I'm learning this right now. You don't just get to a point of, okay, now you check it off a box and say, okay, I learned how to listen. Next one. You're going to work on this for the rest of your life. But as you get better at listening, the more powerful you become. The more that you can gather information, we need more information in the moment in order to be able to navigate. I've been capped in hindsight, and I've been frustrated about that. I feel like I navigate in the moment as a complete fool. And then my wise self is there a day or a week later to be like, you should have done this, should have done that. Why can't I think about some of that shit in the moment? And it's all about your observational skills. I got done reading a long book. God, it took me, I'm a slow reader. I got dyslexia. It takes me a long time to read a book. This fucking book was like the size of a phone book. You young people don't even know what a phone book is. It's a Sherlock Holmes book, and Sherlock Holmes had this power of observation. It's just amazing. You know who another good one was with the powers of observation? Was that TV show Columbo. What was the actor? That character. And those shows were kind of boring sometimes. But Columbo, you didn't get nothing past Columbo. Nothing. He noticed everything. These types of people are good listeners. They can shut their fucking mouths and just pay attention. My dad used to have this thing. He'd tell me, don't listen to what a man says. Listen to what he's not saying. Right? Read between the lines, right? But being a good listener will help you in your relationships. It'll help you in business. It'll help you with your own spiritual journey. quieting down those voices that are always chattering in your head, to listen for that one faint voice that you're not paying attention to, that all your daily bullshit you go through is drowning out the true you, that true voice. And you have to be a good listener to hear that faint voice in the background. The more you pay attention to it, the louder it gets. And the quieter everything else gets. And then all of a sudden you realize, after practice, after this type of practice, you've built that mind, body, and soul connection. You hear that voice of yours inside your head, and it's not just a feeling, it's not just some sort of impulse, it's a voice in your head, and that's you. It's a higher level of the game. Listening brings you to a higher level of the game. The next one that you want to focus on in order to become successful in life, to become the most powerful version of yourself, is to learn how to speak, to be articulate. Learn how to talk. I've never been very well educated, but I've always been able to speak well, even as a little kid. I've always been articulate. Part of that was luck, because my mother was always she's smart, and she was always a big reader. She'd read a lot, and she was educated. So she talked well. And apples don't fall far from the tree when it comes to linguistics. If you have some Ebonics, speaking person in the house, and that's your mom, you're going to speak that way too. If you come from, I live in the South, and if you're some kind of redneck hillbilly and your parents all talk like that, you're going to talk like that too. But you can break beyond it if you want to. Learn how to speak, learn how to be articulate, learn how to command your language. It'll help you to think better. It'll help you to make decisions. It'll help you to understand words and meaning. You'll be able to find meaning where you never found it before, because you truly understand definitions of words and how to put them together. Poetry will make you cry for the first time, because you'll understand. Lyrics and songs will be more meaningful because you understand the language now. Somebody who can speak well can be successful. Look at Obama, silver tongue. Look at any president. They win because of having a silver tongue, and you like them. Oh, I want to have a beer with George Bush. Learn how to speak. Learn how to write. That's going to take practice. Learn how to write. You can journal, write stories, write short stories, write books. That's what I do. I write novels. I wrote a self-help book. I hate to call it that, but I don't know what else to call it that as far as a genre. It's called The Art of Survival, Building Strength Through Suffering. You can get chapter 1 for free if you want it. It's on the website, skyazrael.com. But learn how to write and practice writing. It'll help you to think better. It'll help you work out some of your problems. It's like therapy. It'll help you build your creative spirit. When I talk about mind, body, and soul, our soul work. Mind work, body work, soul work. Under that soul work, if that's the heading, you're going to find creativity. That's where I put creativity. Where does creativity lie? In the mind, body, and soul program that I'm always promoting. It's under the soul. It builds our soul. Learn how to write. Listen, speak, and write. But that's not enough. You have to learn discipline. To discipline yourself, not to search for motivation. You don't need your little earbuds and your music when you're working out. You don't need music for motivation. You don't need anybody for motivation. Your motivation is in here. It's inside of you. When you learn how to master discipline, doing stuff that you don't want to do, becoming somewhat routine-oriented, ritualize your program. I talk about having a lifestyle management program. I talk about, in another video, rituals versus routines. How to ritualize routines. People focus so much on vacations and on specialty things. I want this, I want that, I want to mix up. I'm trying to focus on a routine, on doing similar things every day, because it's about incremental movement forward. That's how we grow. Like the cogs in a gear. If you learn discipline and can force yourself to do things you don't want to do, no one can stop you. You want to stay humble? That's the next one. You want to stay humble? Stay cool, man. Stay cool. Be cool. I've known lots of really successful people, and most of them have been dicks. One guy that I liked, it was Tom Cook. If you're out there, brother, contact me. I always loved Tom Cook. He was from a wildly successful billionaire family. His father was a millionaire. His grandfather was a billionaire. His grandfather owned the Lakers. He owned, I think it was the Mighty Ducks, some hockey team. You have to correct me if I'm wrong. He owned the Washington Redskins. It was the Cook family. He owned the Redskins. Owned the Lakers when Magic Johnson was on it. Tom was successful at everything he did. I was always jealous of Tom. And he was cool, and he got chicks. I imagine in my head, as long as that motherfucker stayed alive, I imagine Tom's out there somewhere and he's a winner. I don't know if he has all these other qualities, but that motherfucker was humble. He knew he was good at shit. He knew he was going forward in life. But he was cool. So stay cool. And the last one I probably could have put first, but like helping others. Enjoy helping others. I remember when I was homeless and I met these Christians. They were from a small Christian church. This was in Santa Barbara. And they were going out on Sundays to feed the homeless people. But the catch was you had to listen to their Bible bullshit and listen to them sit and talk and whatever. So they met in this park. I would go to the park and they had sandwiches and all kinds of stuff, and I would eat for free. I went once or twice. I think I went twice, and both times it's the same. And the first time I went, this young couple, they were almost my similar age, both blonde hair, looked like Barbie and Ken, and they came and sat down next to me and were just like on every word I said and deeply listening to what I'm talking about and wanting to get to know me. And I just thought it was so weird because I'm not like that. I don't approach people like that. I'm not really all that interested in you. I hate to say that. I'm not like, oh man, tell me all about your life and who you are. But they were like that. And I could tell that they really enjoyed helping. Nobody was paying them to do this. They just loved to help. It was like part of who they are. They're looking around. Can I help you? Can I help you? How you doing? Can I help you? They're just really, really down for helping people. They have energy for that. They could be right in the middle of something and you need their help and they're all about it. They get up and help the fuck out of you. Be like that. Learn to love helping people. You put all this together, all 6 of these things together, you're going to be superhero status. You're going to be so powerful nobody can stop you. Everywhere you step, you're going to be creating platforms. There's no falling through. You're going to be so successful. There's no losing. It's all food for thought.